So here's all my blushes. I wanted to give a kind of wide view of all of them, and then I will go ahead and organize them into color families. So I just wanted to get a quick peek at all of my blushes, so I will organize them and be right back. These are some of my cream blushes. I have two of these MAC casual colors. This one's in Relaxation and this one is in Lazy Sunday. I'm going to keep both of these, and I'm also keeping this Tarte little mini flush cheek stain. I really haven't had a chance to play with this too much, so I'm going to keep that for now. Here are a couple of my more natural blushes. When I really don't know what to put on my cheeks, I reach for one of these typically. This one, the Tarte Exposed, I'm going to keep that one. I just barely got this from Faithers K. This is the Dallas box blush from Benefit, so I'm going to keep that one for now. Rockateur, I'll keep that one too. I really like my box blushes from Benefit. Almay, I really love this blush. This one is in, let's see, it's in the shade 110 Natural. I really like this blush, but more often than not, I'm reaching for one of these other blushes, so I'm going to get rid of this one for now. And then I also have Sex Appeal from NARS. I'll go ahead and keep that, as well as this NYX blush. This one's an Angel. My packaging broke, but I really do love this blush, and this is one of the blushes that I'm trying to use up for 2015, so I'm going to hang on to Angel, and I'm just getting rid of this one Almay one for now. These are more of my sort of lighter, peachier pinks. The majority of these have some kind of shimmer in them. So this year I'm trying to use NARS Orgasm and hit pan on that one, so I'm going to keep that one for now. This is Deep Throat from NARS. It's one of my absolute favorite NARS blushes. My niece is just getting into wearing makeup, as well as my stepdaughter. My daughter's kind of playing around with it. Hers is more kind of fun play. I do have some friends that are starting to get more interested in makeup as well. So, I mean, these are all going to go to homes where they can be loved. This came from a CCO. This has 3 different MAC blushes in here. Let's see what's in here specifically. Sun Sparked Pearl, Pretty Baby, and Peachy Keen. And I know Peachy Keen is quite a popular blush from MAC, so I'm going to hang on to this. I've used quite a bit out of this highlighter, and I do have quite the dip right in this area down here. You probably can't see it very well, but I'm going to hang on to this one for now. This one might get passed along eventually. This is a Terra Mare blush. It's a loose blush. I'm not the biggest fan of loose blushes, but this one actually looks pretty decent on the skin. I probably should have had this in with the more natural blushes, but this one pulls more peachy on my skin, so I'm gonna hold on to it for now. I love these Sephora blushes. I have 2 here. This one over in my right hand is called Rose Petal, and this one, this is more of a peachy shade, has less pink in it. It's called Peach Fusion. I've used it much less. As you can see, the design on the front is still there. I'm gonna pass this guy on. I'm gonna hang on to this one. I love it so much. I just barely got a hold of the Bella Bamba from Benefit. I've been trying to find this forever. It had been discontinued from Benefit. Sometimes you can find them in sets, but it's really difficult to find. So I'm hanging on to this one. This is more of like a peachy watermelon sort of shade. And then I can't get rid of this. This is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's one of my only blush MSFs. So this one's in Star Wonder. So I'm going to hang on to that one too. So I kept 7 here, and I'm getting rid of 1. These are more of my brighter blushes. This one's actually an eyeshadow, but it's so bright that I have to use it as a blush. And right off the bat, I can get rid of this Stila one because it's so difficult to wear. It's really bright. It has orange and bright pink and a lighter pink over here too, but I just can't wear this. So this is in Lyric. I'm going to get rid of this one, even though it's technically an eyeshadow.
This is the Maybelline blush in Coral Burst. No matter how hard I try to sheer this blush out, it's just so intense on my cheeks. I can't sheer it out enough. I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. This is the City Color Be Matte Blush. I really love this blush. It's really bright. I only wear this in the spring or summer, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I'm going to keep my Benefit, what is this, Coralista? This Benefit Box Blush isn't my favorite. I've probably only used this a handful of times, but I'm going to hang on to this one for now, but this one's on my radar to be downsized if I don't reach for it over this summer. This is one of the Jordana Apple Cheeks. This is in number 45. This is beautiful. It's a little difficult for me to wear, but at the moment I'm going to hang on to it. If I have trouble with this one being sheared out as much as I did with this Maybelline one, I'll eventually downsize this one too. These are only $2.50 from Kmart's. They're a really cheap blush, but they are fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for now. So I'm keeping 3 and I got rid of 2. So not too bad in that category. This is going to be an extremely difficult category for me. I actually don't know if I'm going to be downsizing much of anything here. Mid-tone pinks, like a lighter mid-tone pink, it's probably my favorite blush shade to wear, even though I'm drawn to other shades. This one's my absolute favorite to wear. It always looks nice on my cheeks. This is the MAC blush in Modest. This is one of their mineralized blushes. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. This is probably one of the easiest blushes that I own. Here is the Benefit Havana blush. I'm keeping this one. I really love this. I probably need to be able to finish this off by next year though. But this one's really lovely. This is the Hourglass blush in Ethereal Glow. This one's not my absolute favorite blush, but I'm going to hang on to it for the time being because it's really easy to wear. It's very light. Got that one. This one my husband gave to me for one of our anniversaries. This is actually a face powder. It's called Flower Fantasy. I have hit pan on this highlight shade over here, so I'm going to try and focus on this one a little bit later in the year. So I'm going to hang on to that. Jordana blush, I love this one. This one is in Rose Silk. This is probably my absolute favorite Jordana blush. This e.l.f. blush, this one is in Mellow Mauve. I think I may have swatched this, but I don't think I've ever applied it to my cheeks. So I'm going to hang on to this until I see how it applies to my cheeks. But it's on my radar since I do have so many other options. I think I've had it for 3 months and I haven't even used it, so that's a red flag for me. This is e.l.f.'s blush in Tickled Pink. I love this blush so much. I just went to swatch this on the back of my hand and I just hit pan. I was actually going to get rid of this, but the fact that I just hit the pan on it, I would feel weird about giving this to somebody. So I think I'm going to keep this around and see if I can use this up. This is a Bare Minerals blush. This is in Beauty, and I haven't even tried this one out either. This is the Chanel blush. This one's in Rose Petal. This is number 99. Absolutely stunning. This one has little tiny micro shimmer particles in it. It's beautiful. And then this other one, this is Innocence. This one's probably my absolute favorite out of the two. I just barely received this in a giveaway that I won. This is the e.l.f. blush palette. I believe this is the light one, but it has a lot of really bright pinks with just a hint of coral to them. So this is really beautiful. I'm going to try this out for the summer. These feel really soft. I'm going to hang on to this until I get more of a feel of how I like these blushes. And then I have this Clinique blush in Cupid. I'm almost finished with this. This is part of my Finish 7 by Spring. So I'm hanging on to this. It's almost done. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop. This one's in number 4, Plum Pop. This is quite bright on my cheeks. So I'm gonna hang on to it for maybe 3 more months, and if I don't get some more wear out of it, I'll probably downsize this. This 100% pure blush, this is in Peppermint Candy, I believe. Yes. This is a really nice blush. I actually really enjoy this, so hanging on to it. This one's actually named Heartagram. If this was a neon green blush, I would still buy this and keep this in my collection. I do have some sentimental ties to the name of this blush. This is from Kat Von D. No, I'm not downsizing, but I do have my eye on these two. And this one's almost finished. These are my kind of darker mauvier kind of blushes. Right off the bat, this is NARS Sin. I'm keeping this one. This is one of my favorite blushes to wear in the fall. I just recently picked this one up. This is the MAC blush from the Rocky Horror Picture Show collection. This is in Crazed Imagination. And while this one looks really dark and scary, it's quite light on the cheeks. So I'm keeping these two. This is from Pure. This is in Marble Pink. Or Marble Powder Pink, I guess. I'm not quite sure how these are named. I'm going to go ahead and downsize this Pure one. I haven't even used this. I think I swatched it once, so I'm going to go ahead and sanitize that and pass it on. This is probably my favorite pile of blushes. These are my really bright, cool tone pink sort of shades. Right off the bat, I know that I'm going to downsize this e.l.f. blush in Pink Passion. I have NARS Gaiety, and I prefer NARS Gaiety over Pink Passion, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this e.l.f. blush, even though I do love this. If you don't want to spend your money on the NARS blush, this e.l.f. one is a nice dupe. It's not spot on, but they're, you know, similar enough. So I'm keeping Gaiety, I'm getting rid of this e.l.f. blush. See, this is the Powder Palette Multicolored Blush from Physicians Formula. This one is in Blushing Berry. I love this. I'm going to hang on to this for a second. I just received this out of the most recent February Ipsy bag. So this is the Model Co. blush in Cosmopolitan #1. So I'm keeping this to see how it performs. If it's horrible, I'll probably end up getting rid of it. But if it's nice, it's a cute little mini blush that I can use. This one is the MAC blush from the Simpsons collection. This one's in Pink Sprinkles. This is a really nice blush. I like this one a lot. I haven't worn it very much because I've been focusing on using up some of my other blushes, but I really like this blush. Hanging on to that one. Hanging on to my Archie's Girls one. This one looks really light, and that it's not really a pink, but when you mix the highlight, this highlight's pink, and when you mix it in with those bright pink hearts, it's a really bright, intense pink on my cheeks. This Jordana one, I love it so much. This one specifically is in Pink Beauty, but I think I'm going to downsize Pink Beauty just because I have so many other blushes that are almost identical to this. I'm always reaching for something else in this color family, so I'm going to downsize this one so somebody else can love it. Then I have Tarte Dollface. This one isn't my absolute favorite blush from this category, but I'll hang on to it. I do like it. I do enjoy it. I think I'm going to get rid of this Physicians Formula one. It's for the same reason that there's so many in this category. If I don't downsize some, I'm never going to get through any of them. This is the Kat Von D blush in Love Song. My brush is doing a number on this powder. This one has a number of glittery flecks in here, glittery sparkles and shimmer. I like this one. It's not my absolute favorite, but I'll hang on to it for the moment. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty blush. There's that. And this is my only Milani blush. This is the Delicioso Pink. One of their baked powder blushes. Love this one. This one's a matte. I only got rid of 2, but that's okay with me. I also wanted to add in really quick, I have this Wet n Wild's Center Stage Collection Rose Champagne Glow from the Fergie collection. And while, yes, this is a highlighter, technically, it has a lot of pink and peach and lilac swirls in here, and had it in with my blushes just because it was such a dark shade, So I'm going to have to downsize that one as well. So it's a little better. I do believe if I counted right, I have 38 blushes here. Oh, you know what? Looking at all of these blushes, I do have some MAC blushes that are in a palette, like six of my pans of MAC blushes. So as much as I do enjoy this Terra Mare blush in Nectar, I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. I'm just gonna be reaching for other things over this, and it's loose and it's not my favorite form of blush, so I'm gonna get rid of that. 37 blushes here. I'm gonna get rid of this e.l.f. blush. They say it's in Mellow Mauve. It's brand new. Maybe once I go through some more of my blushes, I can come back to this. I just don't feel like I'm going to be reaching for this blush over some of my other ones. This e.l.f. blush seems to be a little bit powdery. I just watched it on my hand, so I'm gonna get rid of Mellow Mauve. So I'm down to 36 blushes that I'm keeping now. And soon, as soon as this one's finished off, it'll be at 35. So that's super positive. That was just a little mini declutter. It wasn't absolutely amazing, but I just wanted to give you a quick look at my blushes currently. So this is what I have now. Just a really quick run through. Hopefully I can start getting through some more of my blushes. I'm really focusing on blushes this year, so hopefully more can be finished. I also forgot I have these 3 cream blushes that I was keeping as well. So still keeping these and adding them onto the number. As I was putting my blushes away, I noticed that these 3 kind of give off the same, you know, kind of color. Here they are right here. This is the Jordana one, this is the City color, and this is the Benefit one. By the time I shear out the Jordana one enough to wear on my cheeks, it's almost the same as these 2 combined. So I'm actually going to, as much as it pains me, I'm going to get rid of this Jordana blush. I love these blushes. They're creamy, they're smooth, they're not very powdery. They're actually a pretty amazing formula from the drugstore, so I'm going to pass this Jordana blush on. It's in Apple Cheeks. It's absolutely stunning. I highly recommend this one. I just have way too much to go through to save this. So I have 13 blushes here that I'm getting rid of. I am absolutely over the moon ecstatic with this little decluttering. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I tried to go through and explain my reasonings. I'm really happy with the outcome of this decluttering. It was just a little mini one little area. I knew that I had to downsize. I kind of feel like I have a heightened sense of how long it takes to go through a blush since I'm currently working on that Clinique one. So it's going to take a while, and I definitely want to be panning blushes that I love every single thing about them, you know, from their formula to the texture to the shade on my cheeks. So anyway, that is it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.